Political polls evoke worry and cynicism for good reason, but they are interesting indicators of the electorate's mind and mood. Let's rewind it to April 2010, just before Prime Minister Kevin Rudd delayed his emissions trading scheme. On a two-party preferred basis, news poll figures published in The Australian had Labor at 54% over the Coalition's 46%. The shelving of the ETS took away Labor's lead momentarily. During the standoff over the mining tax, Labor held a 4-point lead over the Coalition, and then Julia Gillard swooped on the top job, breaking the deadlock and opening up a 10-point lead as Prime Minister. The gap closed to 4 points for much of the 2010 election campaign, and election day delivered a hung parliament, resulting in a minority government. By the end of the year, Labor's narrow advantage was wavering. Nevertheless, in the weeks before Prime Minister Gillard launched her plans for a carbon pricing scheme, the parties were even on 50-50. Then after the carbon tax announcement, Labor's figures went into decline, landing at 41% versus the Coalition's 59%. The High Court's ruling striking down the Malaysia People Swap deal in preceding weeks didn't help. By the start of 2012, Labor had recovered slightly, but Kevin Rudd was re-emerging as preferred Labor leader. Ms Gillard won a leadership spill in February, but it seems voters remained unimpressed. With big announcements on education and disability insurance funding in mid-2012, Labor closed the gap to 50-50 again, but the advantage would erode by year's end. As talk of another Rudd challenge grew, Labor sank to 42 points earlier this year, and by late July, Labor had nearly come full circle. Mr Rudd is again Prime Minister, and again, there's little between the two major parties.